What's going on, everybody? So I wanted to kind of cover announcement that Steam made, and it's on their front page. You guys can see it right over here. It's called Steam Deck. Now, looking at this looks like a handheld portable gaming device, and you wouldn't be wrong. So, looking at this beautiful, beautiful handheld gaming device that I saw on the news and just got a quick shot of it, so I don't know pretty much anything about it. So let's find out together. So Steam Deck is available to reserve in select regions, begin shipping this Christmas. Choose which version to reserve below. All right, so never ever get anything with eMMC storage. It's going to be crazy slow. Always go to NVMe. So that's out right there. Fastest storage, carrying case exclusive. So what is this? So is it, can I play every game? We partnered with AMD to create Steam Deck's custom APU. Oh, okay, so that's a CPU and a graphics chip all in one. It is a Zen 2 RDNA 2 powerhouse, delivering more than enough performance to run the latest AAA games in an efficient power envelope. So, once you log into the Steam Deck, your entire Steam library shows up just like any other PC. You'll be able to find your collections and favorites exactly where you left them. Ooh. Oh, yeah. It was built for extended play sessions, whether you're using thumbsticks or trackpads. With full-size control positioned perfectly within your reach, the rear of the device is sculpted to comfortably fit a wide range of hand sizes. And there's a dock, too! Okay. So, let's see what we get for this one. You get faster storage, premium anti-glare etched glass. I don't like anti-glare. It's too matte. So this would be perfect. Exclusive virtual keyboard theme. Really? Like, exclusive community profile bundle. Like, yeah, the only thing you really get out of this is the 512. So looking at this, I just realized something. I was reading it something on another website. Here's Verge, but I don't know if it was this website. This actually is running Linux, I believe. I remember reading something about it. It's not running Windows. 6 years after the launch of a Linux game that went down as one of the biggest tech flops of the past decade. Valve is trying once again, so it is a Linux machine, only this time its Steam Machine Dreams and unusual touchpads have been rolled into a 7-inch handheld PC that looks and works like a Nintendo Switch. It's called a Steam Deck. I'm not deluding myself in thinking it's a Switch killer, even if the Steam Deck's $399 starting price might seem close to Nintendo's $350. But having watched Valve closely over the past 9 years, I don't believe it will flop like the Steam machines either. Okay, so they're building it itself. While simultaneously creating an ecosystem. Whose Steam offerings are a mess, running gambit from it's our Windows box with fewer games because it's running Linux. It's dubious. Valve wound up disavowing. Alienware has one of the few to build bespoke Steam machine, but it wound up running Windows first instead. See, that's the problem. Windows is, to play a game, you need to run Windows, and Windows just runs. It's such a hog in terms of resources. So that's why Valve is putting Linux in there, because Linux it's clean, it's small, and it's perfect, right? I could tell you, when I boot up my I have one laptop, runs both Windows and Linux. If I turn on the computer, it'll probably be at the password side of Linux within probably like 3 to 5 seconds. On the Windows side, by the time I get to the password side, it's like a minute, 2 minutes, something like that. So you can see how little resources Linux needs to load. Valve is in control once again. We're not getting a vague time frame for a grand plan to reshape the PC engine, but instead a specific piece of hardware, a specific release window in December 2021. We have some faith in Valve's hardware process too, because the company has built a reputation for excellence with a Steam controller, Steam Link wireless box, and Linux is no longer a death sentence. The reason it had little to do with how long they've been delayed and everything to do with how Linux simply didn't have enough games. We put a chart together, a chart of top 50 games on Steam that made that clear. No Grand Theft Auto 5, Fallout, Skyrim, DayZ, or any other games that weren't on Steam. Meanwhile, the PS4, Xbox One, and even Windows controller were looking better and better all the time. Today, it's the case that fewer than 15% of all Steam titles officially support SteamOS, but thanks to seeds that Valve planted with Linux nearly a decade ago, the company no longer has to convince developers to support the game from scratch. Many of the officially recognized 8,000 Steam titles work thanks to a Proton compatibility layer that lets Windows games run on Linux. That's true. I did read in Linux news that this actually ran in some cases. There's actually a video on Linus Tech Tips where this, in some cases, ran the game better than Windows. Yes, it was crazy. They put a Linux box running. It was a Linux tower running one of the Linux OSs. It's I don't know why I'm forgetting it. Let me pop it up here. It's System 76's OS, which I forgot what the heck this is called. Pop OS. My brain is so bad. But it's running Pop OS. It actually ran, like I said, Windows games better than Windows, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. So it runs Apex Legends, Destiny 2, PUBG, Fortnite. Now, of course, Paradox games run on Linux. So if you go to my library here, right, you see a lot of games here. That's like Imperator Rome, Crusader Kings 3, right, EU4. I mean, these games. This is on the Mac, and they run on Linux too. So the games that I love run on Linux. Yes, Your Grace, SGS, Halls of Montezuma. I mean, a lot of triple A games. And then there's going to be more because they're going to put that compatibility layer there. So all your games will most likely show up on this thing. And handheld gaming PCs are neat, and the deck might be the best yet. So, yeah, I want a Nintendo Switch, but I also don't want it. And the reason being, guys, is because you have to rebuild your whole library. Like, I have to buy Battlestar Galactica. I have to buy all the games I already own on my Steam library again. And so I got to throw in a whole bunch of money. I don't now. If you get this, you just load your Steam library that you already own, that you already paid for. So that goes a long way. It's similar to the Steam Deck that it's okay. Okay. So the Steam Deck is 1.5 times wider than the Switch, has a battery life of 2 to 8 hours, and sells for $399. Might be run on time due to the global pandemic. World's gamers are acutely aware of who they are. There's never been a better time to play video games. Demand has never been higher. U.S. consumers spending more in 2020 than ever before. And while the PS5, Xbox One X, and an array of PC gaming graphics cards are here, the global chip shortage means that you still can't easily buy them. Okay. So this is a big thing. I honestly am very, very interested in this. And very, very tempted to actually pick one up this holiday season and actually doing a pre-order. I really want a handheld gaming device. I really want one because like I have I have work, I have a family, I have to spend time with the kids, so I really don't have time to grab my desktop and play. And when I do that, I get complaints that like you never spend time with us, blah blah blah. So something like this where I can sit down with the family but play my favorite games would be perfect. But the case, what I think this is going to kind of go head to head with is the future of gaming. So the future of gaming is either this or things like this, Shadow. So this is where I think this could go. It's either going to be handheld or handheld streaming. So we all know that Xbox is doing game streaming with their new service. You also have a company like Shadow, which basically allows you to rent a high-end gaming PC, right? And actually stream it to your tablet or your phone. So it's basically going to run a full-bore gaming rig where you can actually, play at, these kind of frame rates wherever you are. You just have to have a good, connection. So that's the only thing that's preventing me from getting this is the $30 price tag. And this is a smaller company, so $30, is quite a bit to ask. However, Xbox Cloud Gaming is going to be a lot cheaper and a lot more affordable, where you can actually stream your console games to devices that you already have. You can play games like Tropico 6, really, really great games to your computer, to your handheld device. So one of these paths is the way forward. I was kind of, over the last, I would say, decade, kind of hoping that the games would get ported to mobile, right, to iOS or Android. So they would just take the game, repackage it, put it on the iPhone or Android or on the iPad, right? But it looks like the industry is kind of saying, you know what, to do that is requiring more work. What if we just stream it to you? And I think that's where it's going to lie. I think that's where the future is going to lie. And this is a lot more affordable. Like for me, $15 a month, no problem. I could definitely do that. The only thing I'm concerned about with things like this is the lag. A good example is Stadia. Reviews from that, people that have 1 gigabit down and gigabit up still get lag on that. So it remains to be seen how Microsoft is going to kind of work that out. But if you're in a place that, you don't have a great connection, or you just don't want to deal with, lag in any shape, form, the Steam Deck is for you. And I think I'm going to kind of lean toward this myself. Because if you're in the middle of nowhere and you want to play your game, you still can. So, but let me know from you guys, what kind of path do you think the industry should take? Should we go into game streaming where you're renting basically a gaming rig in the cloud where it has a 1080 GT NVIDIA graphics card, or a 2080, or Xbox Cloud Gaming where you can rent your favorite high quality console games? Or would you rather just have the games locally and go wherever you want? That's the question I put out to you guys. So let me know. Put your comments in the comment field. Oh, and by the way, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right. Catch you guys in the next one. See you then.